Adiepena Show.
Innovate, inform, and inspire.
Adiepena Show.
Innovate, inform, and inspire.
I grew up and I saw the word examination, that whatever examination room that I enter, I want to enter that examination room only once and come out with flying colors. So every exam that I have taken in my life, I took it only one time, but came out with flying colors. So somehow I can say I can be shifted to that area a little bit, but not all of it.
Oda, what did you, when you took your first exams for learners, driving learners license, you took it once?
Only once. And let's say they gave me, that time, Maryland, they gave us 15 minutes, and by 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, I was done. I was done. As soon as I sat down, because during our time in middle school and primary school, I was very good in dictation and mental. So when I went there, as soon as I look at it, before I finish the sentence, I know the answer already. So only I had 19. I did 18, and they said I did 19, they said if you have 19, that means you have 18, you pass. So I went there and told the person who was supervising me, and listen, I didn't take the driving. I didn't do the practicals within the related limit time for 6 months. So that time I was busy and I didn't pay attention that it is 6 months. So the day that I realized, I went there for the driving test. We did the test. And then when we sat by, I came in front of the lady. Oh, Mr. So-and-so, you need to go and do the exam because the 6 months has expired. And I went there. By 10 minutes time, I was out again. I took it once, I passed. I took it another time and I passed. So all those times, I didn't take it more than 12 minutes and I was done. Even today, if I said I'm going to take it tomorrow, I will sit down tonight, read everything. Tomorrow, with God's help, I sit down because I have made it my goal that every examination that I take, I will take it once and come out with flying colors. And God has been faithful to me on that side. So, and they are very ambitious too. They are very, very ambitious. All the time, they want to achieve something. They want to go into a different area to try different things. So they are not. I remember where I was working before the pandemic came. When I started the job, I started from one area, and then I wanted to move to another area, and then I wanted to move to another area. So they called me. It seems you are inconsistent. What exactly do you want? Because any position that comes available, I try to apply for, and then move over there, because I want to know something from that area too. Until later on, I was settled in one area, but even then, I was working in one area. But there are certain times that I go to other areas and work, because everywhere they put me, I was able to do it, and everywhere I go, they like me. So sometimes they want me to transfer from one area to the other. But I was doing what I wanted to do. But I go there whenever there is money available there, just to grab it and come back to where I was. So they are very, very ambitious. Those people are very ambitious. They put something in front of them and they want to do it. They want to do it. And then, as a result, many of them are naturally born leaders. They are naturally born leaders. I remember where I used to work before the pandemic set in, they do the, how do you call it, the fire drill every day, either morning or afternoon around 2. And that time I was working afternoon shifts. So normally sometimes our shift stop from 10:30, sometimes can be 1, 2, 3. It depends upon what is available at that time of the evening for us. So we went to a meeting and asked them, why do you guys do the drill every day in the afternoon? Whereas in our morning, whereas American here, since I've been in this country, all the fires comes 95%. percent of them comes nighttime. You know what they said? Because they didn't have a clue to what I was asking them. They said, "Oh, we'll get back to you." I said, "Not back to me, to the entire meeting." And before, as at now, they couldn't get back to me because it was a difficult question for them.
They didn't know what to say.
Uh-huh. However, they can also be short-tempered and even violent.
Oh, okay.
They can be short-tempered and even violent. Sometimes, when they are some people, they love a lot, but they are very quick-tempered.
Right.
They are very, very quick-tempered. If you step on their toes, before they realize they have done something that is on their nature. You will say it's on in their nature, but it's in their DNA.
Yeah.
So those people, you can also study them, and then you see their shortcomings also. And then they can be very violent due to the nature of their personality.
Right.
They can be very, very violent because they are quick-tempered. Before they realize they have hit you, they have said something, they have done something before they themselves realize. So if you are a choleric person, you have to know, if you are a Christian, if you are a Muslim, whatever religion that you are in, you have to know your shortcomings and then pray to the very God that you serve to help you. Otherwise, somebody will say something. So for me, because of all these things, I've learned something to love a lot. So even if you say something, whether it's something that everybody will be angry, I will laugh on it just to calm myself down and then give you an answer. Otherwise, if I don't take care, something filthy that is not supposed to come from my mouth will come from my mouth, and I will disgrace myself because of what you have done. And I don't want to disgrace myself because of what somebody has done. I calm myself with laughter, calm myself down, and then give you a reply, whether that time or whether another time. So it is something that everybody has to study. You have to study your partner and know who that person is. So that's why we say, we have a word, we say slip of tongue. Sometimes you force the person to have that slip of tongue, but you are the person who forced that person to do it. And that person, when he is away from anybody, he will sit down, he or she will sit down and say, why did I do what I did?
Right.
And then they feel sorry for themselves and feel sorry for their action that they took in front of the public. I don't know whether you want to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to, before we wrap up, because this is not that much of a thing to spend a lot of time on. I wanted to ask, why do you think it's important for someone to know about his or her temperament and also know about other people's temperament? Why is that important?
It is very important. It's like a language. It's like a language. I remember last year I went to Canada for a funeral. One of my half brothers passed away in Canada, so the crew here gathered ourselves. You know, I have a large family in USA here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gathered ourselves.
You guys are a lot.
Yeah, we are more than 70.
Wow.
Yeah. So the crew here, the leaders, we gathered ourselves and then we went to Canada. And then when I was at the airport, I saw a lady with a Ghanaian name. You know, those people that check you in when you enter into a country, immigration. So when I look at the name, where I am, when I went to close because we were in the queue, and then they will call one go here, Bakumraha. So I said I mentioned the name of the lady, the way I mentioned it, and when she heard the accent, she was so delighted to hear that somebody from their country, yes, have landed at the airport, and they are very, very happy. So even by mentioning her name, by looking at the name and mentioning, so you have to study people around you, whether a husband or a wife, even your own children. Sometimes your mother or father or your other siblings, they don't have the privilege or advantages that you have had to learn about these characteristics. So by knowing it, you have to learn. And if you have learned, you have to study them and see, oh, this person falls within this. So sometimes the criticism will go down. You know, if the person is talking, that is his or her DNA. Where I used to live when I was coming up, there was a man who has been drinking, and you can see from her face that that person is alcoholic. So those people, they have a nickname that they gave to that man. They call him Lisho, and then he will say, "My Lisho picture." So you have to know the person around you, their Lisho picture. That's why in the Akan proverb we say, if you want to marry a lady, go and look at her mother. Then you will see how, when your wife becomes older, how your wife will be.
Yeah.
But for me, unfortunately, my mother-in-law was a slim person, tall, but my wife isn't slim and tall.
Yeah.
So it was a different character or a different personality. So sometimes, I'm nipa no niema a wobɛhu wɔ ne ho no ebia na ɔde niema bi asi, and some people too can play act. They can play act. They are like that, but because they are in the crowd, they can comport themselves and control themselves.
Right.
So you can get married to the person, or you can get closer to the person. It is in the secret that you see the real person that you have found yourself in. So whatever your choice, we thank God that you study the person and then go along. Come on, sing along like the Ghanaian music industry they used to do on TV every Sunday evening. Sing along. Let's sing along and sing the song and go.
All right, all right, all right. So sing along, learn about your other partner's temperament. See if this person is quiet type, or the person is loud, or he or she is in between, so you can live amicably with the person peacefully and in a lovely manner. At this time, we're bringing our show to a close. Once again, my name is Nanabna Adiepena, and I'm here with Elder Peter Mensa. Elder one, no size. So a week today we're going to talk about melancholic and then phlegmatic. Which type are you? Which temperament are you? Learn about it. Get to know who you really are. Get to know what your partner or your husband is wired with. Get to know what your kids are made up of, so you can understand them. So for instance, me, I'm Yedingi Welder. If I go out there and I'm married to a loud person, I don't know how I'm going to be able to understand this person if I haven't.
Yeah, that's why I said you have to meet that person halfway.
Yeah, so
you cannot be like a car type and everything. You just close your eyes. You have to be a little.
So you also have to come up a little bit, and
and the
he is high. He also comes down a little bit to your level, and then you guys will meet in between. Then as we see over. And probably that you for the nurse say mo say my dad mo dey ahwe yen na mo dey tie yen. Yes, say mo share program where you sua there yen kakran. We're talking about life. You're talking about a lot of things: how to raise our kids, how to relate to our husbands and our wives, and people around us. We're trying to bring some sort of peace into the environment. Because they say, oh, can't and church say, yeah, people don't want to listen. And I'm in question bikini. Now, me, and yeah, maybe kakra BP. You see how
people react.
Well, viewers, I been now. I say, and yes, oh, tear me, and I say, oh, share me about more than say, over share program. We are learning.
Mamma can be a son work close.
Other mamma can be one. My phone credit. Me patch on with the fashion. I brand here be fair me and ra. Also, we can't show say, oh, that was a pa. No, share one of our videos, and I think say, choosing a life partner, I think something like that. Now we see or marry ye. I feel no bobo and who about be worry now. Advice now my name nan with so me part of
Nyame
fashion.
nhyira no nso.
Our
Nyame
credit
nhyira no.
in the amount.
Kone they are quite ne say ewiase no the society things that are abnormal. Now the society, because I used to say this to my wife long time ago, I said, Mavra, and then nipani achia. And then ubi nipani ni achia, yeni achia ni de na wiase. And they say, adia eye no kreno, nipani na hu say nye.
Right.
Say oba esi no ho, no yi na koko kakra nchen beto, no yi na se hu beto ha, obi aba behwe program.
Yeah.
Obi aba behwe. Things that are abnormal, it has become norm to the society. So all that we are saying that we are praying that the God of peace open our understanding and our ears and our hearts
and
so
our
eyes, spiritual eyes, physical eyes. So things that are abnormal, we will see it abnormal. One thing that I came to the US that I have observed that here everybody who is mad has covered themselves. You will never see a naked person.
They are on medication.
Not medication only, because they will be arrested. They will be arrested.
And you don't see them out there.
And then they will never stand in public and then expose themselves, and then you see them doing something that is abnormal. But let's go back to our country, Ghana. Even normal people, look at how we behave outside. So things that are abnormal, we take it normal and use it. Yes. So now you can close and then we'll call it a day.
Yo, so into yes, dear. Say no dear. I know my time is going to change, and then we go back. I loved when we were showing
doing
this
it on Saturdays.
Swimming on Saturdays. The time was right and the day was right. So I'm just praying when things go right, we're going to come back to the Saturdays and we're going to have a lot of views and all that. So thank you all for your time. Thank you for your comments, Sister Doris. Thank you for being our #1 viewer. So regards to everybody. Thank you all. See you a week today. Bye-bye. Elder, bye-bye.
We love you all. We love you all. God bless you all. Bye.
Adiepena Show.
Innovate, inform, and inspire.
Adiepena Show.
Innovate, inform, and inspire.